I'll be with you soon.
Show me your way.
What can you do? Maybe next time then. Muslin, Barchik, the strongest Barchik in the castle. Fine day for some fine wares. God bless.
What did I do to you?
Come and take your pick. Come closer and take a look. Wares.
Do your shopping here, and you're in the clear.
We've got
Are you
enough
blind?
to go around. Anything you need. I am at your service, sir. Embroidery! Silk embroidery! Ribbons of all colours! Crackling flatbread! Twice greased, fresh
I reckon I wouldn't be able to get up either.
Hey, that's enough of that.
You do remember the promise we made, don't you?
It was one mass. I hardly reckon I'll face damnation for that.
You promised that if we can't be together here on Earth, we'd be together after death.
I'm telling you.
God bless you, sir.
What do you have?
Nothing to your liking, sir. Belts from the finest leather.
Good afternoon, sir.
I hear one Franta cooldown is supposed to come and pick up new clothes from you.
You're too late. Franta already came and picked up the goods. You just missed him.
I'll have a...
I hope you find what you're looking for next time. Good sir.
Leatherwares! Quality straps, strong rein, fine saddle.
A fine day for some fine wares.
You must be Franta...
I am.
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve...
I am.
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pictures so they don't... Why would you want to stick your...
I just have to get in there. I have an important message for the king about...
But why would you want to get to him as a...
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it. So
I see. All right, then. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Well, to tell the truth.
You're off to a great start, but whatever. If you make a mess of it and the king has you whipped, show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new... Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not. God be with you, good sir.
Fine wares. You've got it all. The finest wares. Quality goods. Have them all as well. Last chance. Fine wares.
Don't shove!
God bless you. What about you? Are you looking forward?
Nothing yet. Good afternoon.
Show me your ware. I'd like to do something about...
Well, if you... Very well. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Like a...
Said, a grand event.
You're always welcome.
The pillory for the good, the gallows for the wicked.
Stop that whistling.
God sees you, you brute.
Come and take your pick.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here.
We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on.
So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
What if I make a mess of something, though?
Then I'll see to it that you won't get a job even mopping the floor in the hole in the wall. But I'm sure that's not going to happen. So, are you prepared?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
Waffen arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
Hey, waiter,
What
pour
are
me
you
some
getting
Tokai.
at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who
I apologize,
freed
sir.
Henrik, the dry devil,
Which wine?
used
Tokai.
that thing.
White. Are you
That
deaf?
Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is
What?
eine
Are
Schande
you
when
deaf or something?
outlaws have
White.
better weapons
White.
than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your
Sir?
stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is.
Thank you, waiter.
The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
der König and his army will not be here
I
forever.
fancy some Tokai.
Shut up!
Refill,
The king
boy.
could arrive at any moment.
That's not a good idea.
What if he
sir.
heard?
This is
What
unbelievable.
then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies. Nicht
Hey,
wahr?
waiter, we
pour
are
me some
more than
monastery
familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is
I
surely
apologize,
aware
sir.
of it as well.
Which one?
Maybe if he waived some of the
Monastery
taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter
Sir?
to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask
Well,
the king to
thank
bring
the
order
Lord.
to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
Hey,
mean
waiter.
baths or
Pour me some
brothels?
monastery wine.
I'm sorry,
Isn't it
sir.
the same thing?
Orders from above.
This is unbelievable.
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
Come here.
You're right. We do have the new bats and hop
Is everything all right?
and Adam's old ones,
there's nothing
but I
to
hear
do
the
about it.
Hopbrink
Come
bats are more of
closer.
a pigsty.
They still are a bit, but the quality went downhill at Adams, too.
What? Pray tell. I thought you...
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
More baths?
Where can I find this?
Use your eye and come right.
The citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city wall.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave
Nice.
and take a...
Whose silver might this be?
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
So, did you find it?
A great many people
I
die.
did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
Wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spend. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does
Hey,
no
waiter,
damage.
pour me some monastery
Ulrich,
wine.
what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that.
I apologize,
Just
sir.
a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and
Monastery
everything's
rest.
settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
Sir?
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like
Well,
Rutard,
thank
true,
the Lord.
but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible
Okay,
enough not
and a
to draw
full cup.
attention to himself while the king is here.
That's
I
true.
apologize, sir.
Because if we don't do
Which
something
one?
about him,
Okay.
the king himself will put an
That's
end
the
to him.
white.
And soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth?
Are they only just pressing the grace for the Tokai?
lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened,
I'm not keeping anything from you. But there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town.
Thank you, waiter.
Yes, Ruthard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Ruthard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, and other scum of all kinds, but city councillors?
Be specific, Forsooker. Are you blaming one of us?
Ah, and look who spoke first.
I'd like some
First of
monastery
all,
wine.
it wasn't a
Refill my
duel.
cup, boy.
It was supposed to be an honorable combat. And I didn't even take part in it.
And that's the only reason you're still here on the council and not in the pillory.
If you want to blame somebody...
Come now,
you should
waiter.
point the
I
finger
wanted
at the
red.
youngster here who's...
Excuse me?
Never mind.
I
Don't hang
suspect
around
the
me.
gentleman
Vanish,
from the
you
city
hear me?
sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German Menhard. Who knows who that fellow is?
Don't
Come
be
here for a moment.
ridiculous, Forsooker. You act
Refill,
like you've never
Sergeant.
been in
You
a
think I
fight
come to the
yourself.
council just to
And
guzzle
to
wine?
accuse
Come
a
here.
swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old...
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored. And because I told you. Get on with it.
My words exactly. The town council is squabbling constantly at the Emperor Charles, and no one is left unscathed.
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
Throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
To hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
I counted 16, sir.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh, I thought you meant only the angels.
Go back to serving wine, blockhead.
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to
Look
the
out.
right under our noses. It's just a village with a
Hey,
monastery,
waiter.
and they are going
Pour
to
me some
Makarol
tobacco.
mining city. Why can't we
I
build faster?
apologize, sir.
Hire more
Which line?
craftsmen, start with night
Colorblind
shifts.
white!
Haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like,
Boy!
for instance,
Where
that
is
you'd
my
like to
white?
build your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses,
You,
gentlemen.
lad!
That
You look
space in the
familiar
side
to
nave
me.
is mine.
Then hell freezes over, mein Freund. Your place is at least two steps
really couldn't
behind
say,
mine.
sir.
A swordsmith dares to insult
I have a
me?
feeling I've
Ha!
spoken with you
I
before,
think
too.
not.
Or
Excuse
with
me?
someone who looks
You
a
wanted to
hell
buy
of a lot
yourself an
like
altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services
our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse
red
on
wine.
Obrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh,
I apologize, sir.
to me.
Which one?
Because it has all been
Monastery
sorted out.
Red?
Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten.
Good, sir.
What do we have to discuss next?
It's you? I see you've come up in the world. From a bathhouse boy to a waiter. You'll go a long way.
I might make councillor one day.
You're a merry soul, lad. I like that.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Arsenal Gyuchek Össe, Elegiop Katonaikat, Ishkelkinek Udra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Unlike this plan of false!
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life.
It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Gutenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Greetings to you.
What can I say? My father always said we shouldn't pick sides, and I follow his advice. In war, you make one bad decision and you lose everything.
Understand that
I prefer to make sure my wealth keeps growing.
I see your point, but I can't say I approve. It's because of attitudes like yours.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gutenberg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
So, be so kind as to enlighten me.
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my acquaintances in a court that I escaped execution.
Oh? I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Malashov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal freedom restricted, but they never broke my spirit.
You say you're a poet. How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a farce to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.